part is midbrain. So here we have ventral surface of the brainstem. Here it is midbrain, pons, and medulla. Below there is the spinal cord. And here we have dorsal surface of the brainstem. Midbrain, pons, and medulla. So anterior part of the midbrain forms such structures as crus cerebri, right and left, and between them there is a deepening which is called interpedunculaire fossa. And posterior perforated substance located in the interpedunculaire fossa. On the medial surfaces of the crus cerebri there will be a groove which is called oculomotor groove, where oculomotor nerves originate. And the posterior surface, dorsal surface, it forms caliculi of the midbrain, superior caliculi and inferior caliculi. Lower, there starts rhombencephalon, and the region below the inferior caliculi is called the isthmus of the rhombencephalon. Here it includes superior cerebellar peduncles and the superior medullary velum between the superior cerebellar peduncles. Between the superior medullary velum starts near the inferior calicula of the midbrain by the frenulum of the superior medullary velum. In the region of the velum, superior medullary velum and its frenulum, trochlear nerves start. It is the fourth pair of the cranial nerves, and then it passes laterally to surround the crus cerebri and goes ventrally to the orbit. Above the superior calicula, we'll find the pineal gland and the pulvinar of the thalami. This is what we have about the external part, yes, about this macro view. And if we will cut midbrain horizontally, we will have the following structure. So this will be midbrain. So here we'll find crus cerebri, interpedunculaire fossa between them, and here are caliculi of midbrain. We have made a cut through the superior caliculi. Here we can separate midbrain into three main parts. How we work? So here we draw the cerebral aqueduct, the cavity of the midbrain, and it will imagine the line. It will separate the tectum or the roof of the midbrain from the cerebral peduncles. And here, cerebral peduncles, they are also separated into two parts, base and tegmentum, by the structure which is called substantia nigra, or black substance of the midbrain. Clear? So, black substance, substantia nigra, it is a part of extrapyramidal system. It is called black because it is black. It is black because of the melanin. And melanin is located there because it is just one of parts of production of dopamine. Yes, we know that dopamine. I suppose you had studied some biochemistry. Yes, but that melanin is produced from the serotonin. Yes, and there is dopamine also produced from there. Yes, and it contains the most amount of dopamine in our brain, and it is like a neurotransmitter. responsible for our motor activity, for the muscle tone. Yes. It works in complex with the basal nuclei, with the corpus luteatum, with the subthalamic nucleus, and for micropallilar system, which controls our muscular activity. In the superior caliculi, we will find the nuclei of the superior caliculi, which is connected with the lateral nuclear body. So neural centers here or here. And also superior caliculi emitter, they take information from the inferior caliculi, from the auditory center, they take information from the olfactory analyzers, and form the integrative center of sensitivity. And why do we need this? Because from the superior caliculi there will be descending tract starting, which is called tactospinal tract. Tactospinal tract, its fibers comes anteriorly. They decussate, form dorsal segmental decussation, which is called decussation of main nerve also. And then this tract descends. And why do we need this? Just let's imagine the situation. Yeah? Late night, if you're sitting in your hostel, having some evening tea, yes, looking at the window, and then ooh, that and some flashlights out of the window, yes, and some claps. What you do? You do like this, yes?
Sure.
You reflexively, you turn your head into your window to look what's happening. You become tensed, yes, to run somewhere to make it safe. Yes, and this is like a start reflex. It is a reaction to some unexpected visual, auditory signals, yes, which are made to protect you, yes, to find a source of danger and run from danger, yes. So this is provided by the tactospinal tracts. Fight. Fight or flight, yes, like this. So this is defensive reactions into different unexpected visual auditory signals. Okay, and then it goes downwards through the pons, through the medulla to the anterior horns of the spinal cord. Motor nucleus anterior of the spinal cord. Okay, what happens next? Around the cerebral aqueduct, we will find the gray matter. It is called central gray matter of the midbrain, and it will contain nuclei of the cranial nerves. On the level of superior caliculi, we will find nuclei of third pair of cranial nerves. Third pair, it is oculomotor. Oculomotor, it is a mixed nerve. Mixed, it means that it has more than one type of fibers. It has somatic motor fibers, which innervate skeletal muscles, and it has parasympathetic fibers, which innervate smooth muscles. And to have different types of fibers, it has to have different types of nuclei. So more laterally, there will be main nuclei of the oculomotor nerve located. They are somatic. Yeah? So they are motor somatic nuclei, which are responsible for the activation of muscles of eye. Like there will be superior rectus, inferior rectus, middle rectus muscle, levator palpebral superioris muscle, and inferior oblique muscle of eye. And more medially, there will be parasympathetic nuclei, which are called Westphalian nuclei, or accessory nuclei of the oculomotor nerves. They are responsible for innervation of smooth muscles like ciliary muscle and sphincter papillae muscle. So light reflex and accommodation. Do you know the function of ciliary muscle? Yeah?
Yes.
Change the curvature of the lens and to make us focus on different distances. So, and from these two nuclei, fibers of focal motor nerve pass to medial surface of the root cerebri. Yes, and here we have the roots of the focal motor nerve. But if we will make a section on the level of inferior calicula, we will find another picture. So here we will find the central gray matter, and there will be a nuclei of the trochlear nerve, and fibers of trochlear nerve, they surround this gray matter, go posteriorly, cross in the between the inferior calicula and below the inferior calicula, where the friendly of the superior medullary vein is, and then they go around the like this. And also on the level of inferior calicula, we will find the nuclei of the trigeminal nerve. There will be a mesencephalic nucleus of the trigeminal nerve, which is responsible for proprioceptive. It has proprioceptive function for the head. Then one more nuclei we have in the midbrain. It is called red nucleus. Red nucleus. It is also part of the extrapyramidal system. It is called red because it is red. It is red because of the ferrum inside it, and it's also connected with different extrapyramidal structures, with the cerebellum, with the basal nuclei, with the substantia nigra, responsible for muscle tone and responsible for some repetitive actions like walk, riding the bicycle, knitting, making ties, or anything which is like imprinted like repetitive action. You know? And from the red nuclei, fibers starting, which are called rubrospinal tract. It's decussate also. It is called ventral to ventral decussation or the forels decussation. Also descends downwards, passing through the pons, through the medulla, and to the anterior nuclei of the spinal cord. Nuclei of the anterior cord of the spinal cord. Questions? Also, there is multiple nuclei. There are multiple small nuclei which are located in this tegmental part, which is called reticular nuclei. They have different functions. The largest of these nuclei are Cahail's nucleus and Archevich's nucleus. These nuclei, they also are part of the extrapyramidal system. They have reticulospinal tract starting from them and going to the anterior horn of the spinal cord, also responsible for balance and muscle tone posturing. Then I'll keep on here. So we have discussed all the gray matter of the spinal cord and also some extrapyramidal descending tracts of the of the midbrain. Yes, of the midbrain. Like we have discussed tectospinal tract, rubrospinal tract, reticulospinal tract. One more tract which you have to know here, descending tract. It is medial longitudinal fascicle, yes, or medial longitudinal bundle. Medial longitudinal bundle connects different nuclei in different parts of the brainstem. It connects reticular nuclei with the nuclei of the cranial nerves, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. These nerves are responsible for movements of eyes, yes, and and it passes downwards through the bones to the medulla and superior part of the spinal cord, connecting it with the nuclei of the 11th nerve, accessory nerve. By this, sorry, it will be it will be responsible for congenital movements of eyes and hand. Yes? So connection between the nerves which moves eyes and nerves which move head. Yes? From the middle of the one, passing onwards. What else? Also, we have ascending tracts here. Ascending tracts. Among these tracts, we will have medial lemniscus. Medial lemniscus includes different ascending tracts. In different books, you may find some different information about it, but what is most important? It will contain bulbothalamic tract. Bulbothalamic tract is a continuation of the fasciculus gracilis and fasciculus cuneatus, which is responsible for conscious proprioceptive function. Also, in the midbrain, we will have spinothalamic tract ascending for exteroceptive, and nucleothalamic tract, which is responsible for all the sensitivity from head and neck. It is coming from the sensory nuclei of the trigeminal nerve and going to the thalamus also, to the lateral nuclei of the thalamus. And if we will make a cut through the inferior clavicula, there will be a fourth type of tract. There will be a lateral lemniscus. Here we have medial lemniscus, which is passing from the medulla through the bones, through the midbrain to the thalamus. And also we will have lateral lemniscus. Lateral lemniscus starts in the bones, and it passes from the bones to the inferior clavicle and the midbrain. That's why we won't see it on the level of superior clavicle. As it passes to the level of inferior clavicle, then it will be tracked part of the auditory analyzer. Yes, so it connects cochlear nuclei in the bones with the subcortical centers in the inferior claviculi and medial geniculate bodies. I think it's chocolate dust. Okay, and the last part of the midbrain, which is remaining, it is the basilar part. Basilar part have only white matter. And this white matter includes 4 descending tracts. These 4 descending tracts passing here from the internal capsule. Yeah, so we have studied internal capsule last class. Which tracts will be included here? There are only tracts which passes from the internal capsule, from the central cortex through the internal capsule downwards. Here we will find frontopontine tract. Next, here we will find cortical nuclear. Then, what do you think? Which will be next?
Corticospinal.
Corticospinal. And last one will be occipital and frontopontine. Like this. So, all these descending tracts which are passing from the cortex and through the internal capsule, and then it goes through the base of the midbrain. Then these 2 tracts they finish in the ventral part of the bones, and these 2 they go they descend downwards to the pyramids of the midbrain or pyramids of the medulla, and this is continues even further to the spinal cord. Okay, questions about midbrain? Is it hard?
Yes. Конечно.
I hope I made it a little easier to study. Okay?